In action movies, punches and kicks look spectacular, with carefully rehearsed choreography. But sometimes, the line between fiction and reality disappears, and some actors have left their co-stars unconscious, hospitalized, or on the verge of death due to real blows, like the case of Van Damme with Bernard. In 1988, during the filming of Bloodsport, the movie demanded brutal fights in the legendary Kumite tournament. During one of the most crucial sequences, Van Damme was supposed to execute a fast combination that included a spinning elbow. But in the heat of the moment, Van Damme moved too fast. Van Damme's elbow made real contact with Bernard Mariano's jaw. It wasn't a glancing blow. It was a direct impact, loaded with Van Damme's full speed and power. The strike split Mariano's lip open and knocked him completely unconscious. Bernard Mariano collapsed on set. The medical team had to intervene immediately. He was rushed to the hospital where doctors stitched up his severely damaged lip. What's most shocking is that the blood seen in the movie is real. Van Damme didn't stop the take, and the knockout was captured on camera, adding a brutal layer of authenticity to Bloodsport. Mariano eventually recovered, but that spinning elbow remains etched in history as one of the most devastating real hits in 1980s action cinema. And if Van Damme's elbow was able to knock out a seasoned veteran with a single strike, imagine the brutality of a fight where actors hit each other with real force for 8 consecutive days, throwing elbows and knees at full speed. We move to 2011, into the dark and brutal world of The Raid. Here, fights are not spectacle. They are visceral, raw, so real you can almost feel the sweat and the blood. Iko Uwais, in his role as Rama, was already a master of Indonesian silat, but his on-screen opponent, Yayan Ruhian, playing Mad Dog, was no less formidable. A true martial artist with decades of experience. The film demanded an epic final battle, Rama and his brother Andy facing Mad Dog in a narrow room, and director Gareth Evans made a radical decision: full, real body contact. For 8 days of filming, Iko Uwais and Yayan Ruhian hit each other for real. Knees to the body, elbows to the ribs, kicks thrown at full power. This wasn't acting, it was real combat. Uwais delivered knees and elbows at full speed and force because they had worked together before and knew each other's limits, but that didn't mean it didn't hurt. Director Gareth Evans later recalled hearing the real impacts landing on their bodies and thinking, "At least the footage looks good." The entire set could hear the blows echoing through the room. Yayan Ruhian, despite taking a real beating for days, remained professional, but in later interviews, he admitted that every hit was genuine, every impact was felt deep in his soul. This fight didn't just become one of the most memorable in modern action cinema, it became a testament to the brutality these actors are willing to endure for authenticity. But if 8 days of calculated real hits are impressive, the next case shows how a single professional strike can leave a Hollywood actor completely unconscious. And it was all caught on camera. We jump to 2015, into the world of Creed. Michael B. Jordan, in his role as Adonis Creed, had trained relentlessly to look like a real boxer. But his on-screen opponent, Tony Bellew, was no ordinary actor. He was a professional British boxer, a former cruiserweight world champion, with real knockouts on his record. The climax demanded a brutal battle between Adonis Creed and Ricky Conlan. But between the choreography and the intensity of the fight, the inevitable happened. During one of the most intense takes, Bellew threw a right hook, a smooth, professional motion loaded with years of experience in the ring. Bellew's fist slammed into Michael B. Jordan's jaw with the force of a moving train. This wasn't an acted punch. It was a real knockout. Jordan was completely unconscious. The actor later admitted he was seeing stars and not fully there.
I was just hoping the producers didn't run in and just say cut because they thought I was really hurt. Because I was definitely seeing stars. Like, it was definitely not, I was not all there.
He described the sensation as being in a car crash, and the pain lingered for 4 days. What makes it even more shocking is that Sylvester Stallone, who was directing the film, captured the moment on video and shared it on Twitter, turning that real KO into viral proof of the brutality behind the scenes. Jordan, with the heart of a warrior, recovered and continued filming. But that right hook was etched not only into the movie, but into his memory, as the day a professional boxer knocked him out cold. And if Bellew's hook was enough to knock out Michael B. Jordan with a single punch, the next case takes us back to the origin of it all, the legend who defined martial arts cinema, whose speed was so lethal that even his accidental strikes became some of the most painful injuries ever suffered on set. We go back to 1973 during the filming of Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's crowning masterpiece. On set, it wasn't just the dragon at the height of his legend. There was also a young, unnamed stunt extra named Jackie Chan, who would later become a superstar in his own right. At the time, Chan was a no-name stuntman living his dream, working alongside his idol, Bruce Lee. The scene required Lee to face multiple opponents inside the villain Han's underground lair, a battle in which the dragon would use a staff to defeat his enemies. Jackie Chan waited for his moment off camera, watching every move Bruce Lee made with absolute admiration. Then it was his turn to attack. Chan remembers the moment clearly. I was behind the camera and all I could see was Bruce Lee. Then I ran in, and suddenly everything went black in front of my eyes. He hit me on the head with the staff. But Bruce Lee, the ultimate professional, kept acting until the director shouted, "Cut!" Only then did Lee drop the staff, turn around, and exclaim, "Oh my God!" He rushed to Jackie, lifted him off the ground, and apologized repeatedly. But Chan, young, tough, and overwhelmed by being so close to his hero, later admitted something extraordinary. "I didn't feel pain anymore. I was very tough back then, but I pretended to be hurt so Bruce Lee would hold me for as long as possible. I kept pretending all day."
Enter the Dragon. And the one shot, he was a fight, I think more than like a 12 or 14 guy with two sticks. I'm the end of the one. Bang! Then bang! Then look, turn around, walk away. Then rehearsal. By the time we really filming, I just waiting until I just go out, boom, one shot here. I just tongue. But I'm okay. Bang, hurt. As a stunt guy, getting used to it, get hurt. But in the school, my teacher hit me more hurt than this. Then I lie down, I just like this, look at Bruce, it doesn't move, I look at Bruce Lee, then turn around. As soon as I cut, I hear Bruce Lee drop the stick. Oh my God. Actually, nothing. For me, it's nothing. But I see him run to me. "Are you okay?" Then I said, "Oh, no, I'm hurt." I just more painful. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying, okay. Of course, the whole night, you see the blues around this.
This moment didn't just become part of film history. It connected two martial arts legends in a single instant of pain, professionalism, and mutual respect. And if Bruce Lee's staff strike was enough to leave a lasting mark on Jackie Chan, the next case shows how a single punch can literally stop a heart. We arrive in 1985 during the filming of Rocky IV. Stallone was at the peak of his career, and the movie demanded the most brutal fight of the entire saga, Rocky Balboa versus the relentless Ivan Drago, portrayed by Dolph Lundgren, a 6'5" Swedish giant with real experience in Kyokushinkai, a highly demanding Japanese full-contact karate style. Obsessed with realism, Stallone gave Lundgren a fatal instruction: "Hit me for real. I want this fight to feel real." During the final fight scene, Lundgren threw a punch with full power. This wasn't acting. It was a sledgehammer-like blow straight to Stallone's chest.
Continuing to punish Rocky Balboa. Get through this first round.
The impact was so violent that, according to doctors, Stallone's heart slammed against his sternum, causing severe inflammation similar to injuries seen in car accidents. His blood pressure spiked to 260, a critical, life-threatening level. Doctors feared the worst. Stallone spent 4 days hospitalized in intensive care, with his life hanging by a thread. Years later, he described the sensation as being hit by a truck, and admitted that the punch nearly cost him his life. This incident didn't just mark the film, it became an action movie legend. The punch that almost killed Stallone, a brutal reminder that the pursuit of authenticity can have lethal consequences. And if Lundgren's punch nearly turned out the lights on Stallone, the next case shows how even in the elegant world of James Bond, real violence can leave Agent 007 limping. We jump to 2015 into the elegant and deadly world of Spectre, the James Bond film. Daniel Craig, in his role as the iconic secret agent, was no stranger to punches and stunts, but this time, his opponent was different. Dave Bautista, a 6'4", 285-pound beast, former WWE champion, playing the assassin Hinx. The movie required a brutal fight inside a moving train. a battle choreographed with millimeter precision. Craig and Bautista rehearsed every move, every grab, every throw. But during one of the most intense takes, something went wrong. In a move where Bautista was supposed to slam Bond to the ground, he applied too much force, or the angle was slightly off. The result was devastating. Daniel Craig fell unexpectedly, and his left ankle twisted violently. It wasn't a direct strike, but the impact caused a mild ankle dislocation. Craig felt the pain immediately. He tried to continue the scene, but his ankle wouldn't respond properly. He had difficulty standing upright for days. Despite the injury, Craig kept filming, limping between takes, with his ankle swollen and in pain. Bond's professionalism extended far beyond the screen. Bautista, aware of the damage caused, expressed his concern, but Craig, ever the professional, played down the incident, even though the injury affected his mobility for the rest of the shoot. However, Daniel was not the only one affected. In an interview, Craig revealed that during one of the scenes, he broke Dave Bautista's nose.
But I broke his nose. Oh.
What?
Don't mess with the Craig.
I didn't do it deliberately. Clearly, it was a mistake. And it was so like I said, he's a big guy. He's a professional wrestler. You really wouldn't mess with him. And I threw this punch. I hit him on the nose, and I heard this crack. And I went, oh, God, no, and ran away. I thought he was going to come after me. And he was so sweet. And he literally did something like this. He went, ah, it's fine.
No.
This incident is a reminder that even in the biggest and most tightly controlled productions, with the best stunt coordinators in the world, the margin for error still exists. And when a former WWE wrestler is throwing you to the ground, that margin can be painfully thin. But these are not the only brutal cases in the history of action cinema. If you want to see more devastating real hits, I recommend my previous video, where I show how Van Damme left a veteran stuntman blind in one eye, the brutal impact of Michael Jai White against Matt Mullins, the lethal precision of Donnie Yen against Colin Cho, and many more cases that will leave you speechless. And if this video blew your mind, support us with a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in that video.